Hello, my name is Lisa Elvin Staltari, and this is my channel, Have Roots Will Travel. I'm a genealogist and a passionate traveler. Most of my videos will be about travel or understanding various localities. But in this very special series, I'm focusing on a part of Quebec, Canada history that is near and dear to my heart, the story of the Filles du Roi, or the King's Daughters. In this series, I'll be focusing on individual biographies so that we can get to know as many of these amazing women as we can. Please let me know in the comments below if there is one Fille du Roi in particular you are interested in, and I'll try to move her to the front of the line. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications alert so you can get to know when I post new content. The Filles du Roi was a special program that was instituted in 1663. In my channel, I have a video totally devoted to explaining the program. Please check the content of my channel. It will say Les Filles du Roi 2.0, the program. And that'll give you a little bit more background so you can understand what your particular ancestor went through to get to New France. Today, we're going to be focusing on yet another Fille du Roi. Her name is Marie Denoyon, and let's explore where she comes from. She was born in 1643 in Elbeuf, Normandy. And this is, in this picture, you can see the parish and the church that she was baptized in. The town now is called Elbeuf-sur-la-Seine, which of course means that the town is next to the Seine River. It's about 6 miles from Rouen, France. It's found in the Seine-Maritime department of the Normandy region of France. Her father, Adrian, was a master vinegar maker. Sounds so interesting. Otherwise known as a maître vinaigrier. And upon her father's death, sometime before 1670, Marie decided to leave for Canada. She traveled on the ship called La Nouvelle France. She was older than the average Fille du Roi at the age of 27. She arrived with a dowry worth about 200 pounds. Who did she choose? Well, the groom, his name was Charles Davenne, and his parents were Jean Davenne and Françoise Aron. And he was born about 1636, and he arrived in Canada in about 1665. What makes him unique is that he's the first groom that we're studying that was married before. In France, he was married to Marguerite Marot, and presumably she passed away, and he came to Canada. It's actually mentioned in the marriage record that we have for Marie and Charles, that he was a widower. So that's how we know that he was a widower, or that he told the priest that he was. He also, before he married Marie Denoyon, he made a marriage contract with another Fille du Roi, Marie-Madeleine Gauvert, on the 23rd of August, 1670. Now, she was actually on that same ship as Marie Denoyon, but for whatever reason, he changed his mind. They were married 2 weeks later. On September 8, 1670, Charles and Marie were married at Chateau Richer. I kind of have a little error here so you can understand where they were. And we have the marriage that states that he's a widower of Marguerite. And the church you see here is not the church they were married in. However, it was built on top of the church that was built in 1658. This church was one of the few buildings spared during the British invasion of Quebec in 1759. Now, a lot of times when I'm telling this story, we kind of focus in on, a particular town or particular parish, or maybe two of them. But here I have to say that this is one of the most unusual, families that I've come across. And I'm still trying to determine, why that was. Why did they move so much? And the reason we know that they moved is because the baptismal records of their children are found in all these different towns. So we have one child born or baptized in Ancienne Lorette, just outside of Quebec, Quebec City. We have a Lange Gardier. We have one child born in Château-Richer. And I believe the last child is baptized in Lisley. So it's hard to know what, and we even have a burial record for another child who is buried on Saint-Jean on Ile-d'Orléans. So I will be further studying. More research shall go into this. Now, they did finally seem to settle somewhere. Now, Saint-Michel-de-la is where they seemingly spent the remainder of their years from 1681 till the last I see of them. It appears that they settled in this area. Originally named Saint-Michel-de-la in honor of the Lord of La Durantaye when it was founded in 1678. Originally, La Durantaye is a parish that was that the intendant Jean Talon granted the seigneury of La Durantaye to Lord Olivier Morel de La Durantaye, who arrived in New France in 1665 as the captain of the Carignan Regiment. So this is a very significant seigneury in the province of Quebec. Now let's have a look at their children. Now remember that she was older when she arrived, and so this is to be expected that they would not have the number of children, the usual number of children that a Fille du Roi would have. So we start off with Louis, who was born in 1672 and died sadly at 3 years of age. We have Gabrielle, who married Marie-Thérèse Lys Zachary, and they had 4 children, only 2 of whom made it to adulthood. Then we have Marie Charlotte, who married Jean Bissonnette, and they had 8 children, all of whom made it to adulthood. And then we have Marie Madeleine, who passed away also at the age of 3 years of age. And finally, we have Marie Françoise, who happens to be my 7 times great-grandmother, who married Michel Quéret dit La Tulipe, and they had 9 children, 8 of whom made it to adulthood. Now, the later years from this couple, again, as they pass away, Charles dies on the 23rd of November, 1708, at the age of 71. He's buried at the Saint-Odilon Cemetery in Montmagny, Quebec. Marie dies 7 months later, at the age of 66, on the 20th of June, 1709. And she is buried in Quebec City, at the Notre Dame Cemetery. So it is just amazing to me how the mystery of the fact they weren't buried together, the fact that they had children in all different places. I suspect it has to do with his profession, which I have yet to verify. And trust me, if I do, I'm going to post an update to this particular video because I'm fascinated. And that's one of the things about genealogy is that, at some point you have to sort of say, okay, this is what I've got for now, and we will carry on until something else develops, and it will. It's just a matter of looking for it. And so with that, we complete our 9th video of Les Filles du Roi. And I so look forward to sharing with you another one. Until then, I wish you good travels in genealogy, and au revoir.